that right front tire may be going low. They will change 2 right sides and head back out, and he will hope the pack can't catch him, the lead pack, by the time he gets back up to speed.
He's going to be a sitting duck out there, Dave. He's got nobody to run with right now. These leaders are coming off turn 4. They're just going to suck him right up, man, and he's going to be in big trouble.
Kansas, I visited with him last night. He's 11th out of the 12 drivers in the chase. And as you said, Andy, here he is, a sitting duck, because the lead draft comes by at 196 miles an hour, and he's still not getting up to speed.
You just got a lucky break right here. We got
Contact with the 49 car. That is John Andretti, who had such a great qualifying run, but he has had contact with
guys.
Well, right now, boy, this is a big break for Matt Kenseth. Looks like
no indication of nothing. Matter of fact, I was just going to call and say the car ain't.
Kenseth's going to get his lap back. He just about went a lap back, a lap down. They waved him by, so he's still on the lead lap right now. Benefit off of what happened to John Andretti just then.
Let me correct John Andretti's situation. It looked like he'd had contact when he came by, but apparently he cut a right front tire, and the tire just took the fender completely off. He said, I had no warning. You heard him on the radio a moment ago.
Gosh, just what I heard. You know, you saw the Ford pack stay way back there, Andy, and that really was about to get Matt Kenseth in trouble for being laying back from the pack so bad. Almost got himself flat because of that.
Early on here at Talladega Superspeedway, we've had 8 lead changes and 6 leaders. You're watching ESPN on ABC.
Well, the driver knows what the car feels like. But hey, take a look at Jack Bell moving outside. 27 car up against the wall right now. Looks like he gets a little more racy. Starting to get comfortable out there.
Bill New, the former Formula One world champion, ran a truck race yesterday, ran a truck race a couple weeks ago at Las Vegas, but making his first ever start in a NASCAR Nextel Cup stock car.
We saw these guys run a single file a while ago. Now the pit stop seemed to have brought the group together instead of breaking them apart. And talk about closing rate, man. Look at this right here. You see that 11 car coming up on this 55 car. Michael Waltrip's got to find somewhere to take that momentum. Right up next to the wall.
And Michael did a good job just holding the steering wheel, stay in the middle.
Well, trouble on the racetrack. A couple of contact that involves the Greg Biffle in the 16 car, also the 38 of David Gillen has had some contact. Robert Yates racing car, and that will bring out caution for the second time.
Looks like Greg Biffle's got a right front tire there.
Let's get on board here. We'll be all right.
Biffle, last week's winner in Kansas City, breaking that 28 race.
On the left side post. Where's that?
These guys are going to get 4 tires.
Nice and easy, 4,200, 4,200. How's that fender look? How's that fender look? Good on the body, everything good on the body, okay.
Like everything's going to work out fine for Greg Biffle right here.
Show you what happened to bring this caution out. Greg Biffle in the 16, the 38 is Gillen.
Wow, see a little bit of contact. Looks like Greg Biffle got turned around, but he got straightened up pretty quick.
That's the first time in a while they've been too wide, bumper to bumper like they've been since the start of the race, but look at this.
Yeah, this is what these guys are talking about when they can't see through each other's cars. They got jammed up right there, and the guys behind probably couldn't see that.
And that they can't, when they throw their hands up and waving them off, the drivers can't see it. Like you said, Andy, that's what causes this problem.
Watch the chain reaction. 38 car into the back of the 16.
You saw that closing rate, and you see these guys when they start closing up on each other, they got to be able to signal each other to tell them, hey, these guys are slowing down in front of me. If you can't see it, they drive straight into it.
And it's so compacted, there's not much room. You're talking bumper to bumper, and you need to be running that same speed when you get out of the throttle. If you jump out, everybody's going to check up and cause a big crash. Let's watch it from Kevin Harvick's car. See what it looks like from this angle.
We've got a lot better angle up on top of the roof with this camera than the drivers actually have.
Down low, stay right there.
We're lucky we didn't have a bigger wreck in that instance than we did.
Pretty heavy damage for David Gillen, who recorded his best career finish at this race back in the spring. Now, pit road is closed as far as pit stops are concerned, but they're going to bring him down pit road behind the pace car to be able to avoid some of the debris on the racetrack. And while they clean up the racetrack, under caution, we'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a word from our ABC station. Moving on, 50 laps to go. Tony Stewart now getting passed or almost getting passed by his teammate. They are 3 wide. There were 10 cars in the outside lane, 9 in the middle, and 8 in the inside.
Wow, I think Johnny Sauter put it really close on Tony Stewart.
Well, they're all really close right now. There's just not much room for error at the moment. This is a time we've seen them all day long. And now you see the last car, Joe Nemechek on the bottom. He's just dying to get out of the way right now.
Riding along with Danny Hamlin, bump drafted to 19 of Elliott Sadler, trying to push him by. And the 8 car showing smoke, the engine. The engine woes have bitten the 3rd car. Today it is the 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Another DEI Richard Childress engine.
In the middle, still got cars inside and outside there.
Caution is out here. They're just going to have to clean this mess up, make sure there's nothing on the racetrack.
3 of the big Chevrolet teams today with the same engine partnership having problems. This has got to be killing Richard Childress right now.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 3rd of the 7 cars that have the same engine combination. We're told, is there some potential damage on the 24 car from when everyone was trying to whoa up behind that 8 car with the engine problem? I'll show you what happened to Dale Earnhardt Jr. here a moment ago, right side of your screen.
And look at that, a real compacted draft, really tight in the draft. Engines are really singing right now. Big RPMs in this tight draft.
Boy, when this happens, that motor just stops running, and now these guys have to find somewhere to go.
And look at Michael Waltrip. He's totally blind, and he finally gets some vision and gets around the outside of Dale Jr. Let's take a look from the onboard of Michael Waltrip and what it looks like.
That air just buffing it around there, that smoke comes through.
Motor, just hold what you got. Keep coming, keep coming. Caution's out, caution's out, caution's out.
It was the 44 car that got the damage, not the 24. Spotters were saying there's damage on a car, and here it is, Dale Jarrett, who was just trying to ride back there and stay out of trouble to be able to make his move with this Toyota, which has been very strong, biding his time, and it just it wasn't meant to be.
And he was doing a great job doing that. He was 20th when I last glanced at Dale Jr. or Dale Jarrett, staying out of the way right there, riding along, doing what he had to do. Gets caught up in this misfortune here.
6 DNF due to engine problems for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 2007. 4th in the last 11 races, and that kind of problem is what the reason he's not in the chase, because otherwise he's run very, very well.
And this one is a heartbreaker for that team, because this was one race that they felt so confident coming in, and to have that engine problem, I know it's got to be really disheartening.
Yeah, last race for Tony Eury Jr. at this track with the DEI team. Now he's moving over to Hendrick. And you got to feel bad for Dale Jr. because you hit it on the head. If he wouldn't have these engine problems, he'd have been in the chase for the championship. He might even be leading the points right now, because every time I look at that car, he's in the top 5.
Now talk about the day, Junior, just in terms of racing that car on this track. Looked like you had a handle on it.
Yeah, what do y'all think? You know, right? Good show. Really? I don't know what you're watching. All that around the top, ain't that boring?
Well, single file, but you were just starting to mix it up. What were you finding as far as Dyson with the other cars?
Get to the lead so we can all run at the top single file. That's all we're trying to do. I don't think it's where it needs to be right now. There's obviously probably another way to get the package to do better. It's not necessarily the COG itself, just the combination of the wicker and the plate, probably just getting the right combination. And you know, they didn't have any prior idea of how this is going to go. So, you know, we got to take it easy on NASCAR. Can't be hard on them, but it was really, really boring riding up there. First, second, fourth, whatever. He just had nothing going on, you know, and just be sitting here doing nothing for no reason just didn't make any sense to me. But I liked it when we were battling and racing, and that's why when we got in the back, we kept trying to go to the bottom to get to the front.
Oh, trouble on the racetrack, trouble way up high, and we now have the big one here with 44 laps to go, the 5-car involved. McMurray is there, Rudeman is involved.
Torque race car here.
Chase contender Kyle Busch, he's in major damage on the number 5 Chevrolet in his car. Jamie McMurray with the front end knocked out. He's going good. He's window net still up in the car. He's okay. A lot of damage.
15, Paul Menard involved. One of the DEI cars. 00, you see getting it righted there. That is David Rudeman. He is involved. There's the 00 of Rudeman at that great qualifying run. Best career start in a Cup car this weekend. Heavily damaged, trying to limp back to pit road.
You just wonder when this was going to start to happen. They're just starting to get a little anxious out there. Laps are winding down, 43 laps to go. We're talking about maybe running close to 40 laps on fuel. These guys might come down pit road again now, another splash of gas, and try to make it on fuel.
Let's show you what happened. Watch the 43 car. Watch the 12 in front of the 43 of Bobby Labonte.
Looks like Bobby Labonte just lost the car up against the wall.
Yeah, Bobby really didn't have anybody around him. It looks like they just maybe a possibility a right front tire went down, or the car just got flat out from underneath him and got loose. It just took off.
As much grip as these cars have, as good as they handle, I can't believe that you just have, actually lose the car like that without having some kind of a problem.
Car just abruptly turned left. It came all the way down and got Kyle Busch. That chain reaction then gets Robbie Gordon and then several others.
And Matt Kenseth's got a big piece of that. Got his car tore up, got the right front corner damage, and Matt Kenseth's car from this last accident. So we got two chase contenders tore up right now because of this latest incident.
Oh, Bobby just turned around on it. I don't really get why that happened like that.
Stewart's got a lot of drafting help. J.J. Yaley, his teammate behind him, trying to push Stewart to the lead.
You see that center lane really taking off right now. Stewart with help from J.J. And he's going to get up in front of the 12 car, Ryan Newman. He doesn't care about teammates right now. He wants the lead.
Kind of left his wingman down there with the 18 car, J.J. Yaley. And you see how much it hurt the 18. He's losing ground now.
Tony Stewart leads on the racetrack. Meanwhile, back in the garage area, Mike Massaro was caught up with Kyle Busch.
Chase got off to a very good start for Kyle Busch with 2 consecutive top 5s, but the last 2 races seems like things have gone a little bit sour. What happened there?
Just a product of the restrictor plate race and everybody being bunched up in a pack. I guess Bobby lost the tire or something like that. So, nothing of his doing. Just came right across the racetrack, and we were the first one that hit him. And, it's a shame not only for us and the Kellogg's Car Coach Chevrolet, but everybody, all the other guys that got involved in the wreck as well, too. And, unfortunate for our chase chances, but we knew that Talladega was going to be our mulligan. We circled it on the calendar that this was the one we're going to wreck in, because every time we come here, it seems as though if there's going to be a wreck, we're right in the middle of it. So, we were hoping that last week didn't happen, but it did. Now this week again. So we'll just go on to Charlotte and run somewhere where we don't run too good. Try to run well there in Martinsville and just keep going. I mean, that's all you can do.
You call it a mulligan. That would seem to me that you think that you could pretty much put this one behind you. How much optimism do you have with 6 races to go that you can pull yourself back into this thing?
Not very much. The team, of course, they want to be optimistic and they want me to be optimistic, but I'm sorry. I mean, it's the realisticness of everything, the realism that sets in, that you try to realize that you're so far back that it's going to take a lot to get back in this deal, and you've got great racers like Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson who are up front, and Tony Stewart, who haven't had much bad luck yet here in this deal.
Guys, you can hear the disappointment in Kyle Busch's voice.
A big blow in the chase and a big blow on the racetrack here for Kenny Schrader, who won his very first race here at Talladega back in July of '88. Schrader was having a good run today in the Wood Brothers JTG car number 21. Gets out and waves at the crowd, and here's the reason for caution number 7.
Kenny Schrader, exact same thing. Looks like happened to Bobby Labonte, happens to Kenny Schrader. He just gets sideways at about the same spot on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's very peculiar, Andy. I mean, I don't know why these guys are getting so loose going on at the entry of turn 3. They start going up at the turn 3 in the middle, and they lose it.
Makes me wonder if there's some oil up there from maybe one of these other engine failures.
Oil on the racetrack, contact, under caution for the 7th time today. You're watching ESPN on ABC. Welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway. Hard contact for Kyle Petty in the 45 car. Contact with the driver's side of his Dodge to bring out caution number 8 here on lap 162. Here's what happened to Kyle.
See, just coming to your picture on the right side of your screen, he loses a left rear tire, goes down on the apron, and the car just shoots straight back up across the racetrack.
Oh, and look at that impact. You saw the soft wall actually move back. And Kyle's got one of the carbon fiber seats, one of the very, very safe seats in NASCAR now, plus the soft wall. And this really helps that blow that much better.
Watch the impact now as the car up across the track, probably still over 175 miles an hour, sliding backwards.
Right here is where that softball really does its job. You see it deflect and take a lot of that force out of this impact.
It looks like that wall moved about 6 or 8 inches at least, Andy, maybe close to a foot. Really helps it.
The car tomorrow 4 inches wider, so you can get the front driver more toward the middle. Now some of the chasers on pit road, Denny Hamlin, the 99 of Carl Edwards also in. Jimmy Johnson, Rusty, 0.3 of a second quicker a lap than is the leader, Tony Stewart, and he is coming in a hurry.
If they stay patient, stay hooked up, they're going to get to the front.
Look at Stewart go to the bottom.
Hey, Stewart knows it. That body's quick right now, and Tony, look at it, top to the bottom to the top.
Whoa, that move might have cost him right there. He went to the bottom and across the top, and he's got no help now. The two Penske cars will hook up and go by Tony Stewart.
This car's big, but it's not big enough to block the whole racetrack.
Clear to the top.
Whoa! Contact, the 96 car, Tony Raines involved.
And Michael Waltripson, after such a good run, pole sitter, involved in the accident also.
Lap 175, there's the damage on the 16 car. Last week's winner, Greg Biffle.
That's too bad for Michael. Man, he had a good car.
He had a great car. Take a look at Biffle.
Tires, Mike?
Yeah, blew it right in front.
Biffle's hanging out the back, trying to stay out of trouble. He gets himself involved in it.
Watch the contact here. Now, you heard Michael Waltrip say right front, watching her right up across the racetrack.
Just too bad he clipped Elliott Sadler in the process. When that tire went down, he just took off straight right. Poor Tony Raines, too, got caught up in this.
Hold her straight there. Hold her straight. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Elliott Sadler gets involved, so does Greg Biffle, who comes up and gets contact with Elliott Sadler. Caution for the 9th time today. Back.
ESPN's coverage of NASCAR Cup Series on ABC. Brought to you by the Ford F-150, built Ford tough, and Shell, made to move.
Back at Talladega, setting up for a typical Talladega finish. We are under caution for the 9th time. Right front tire. Michael Waltrip said he cut it right front. Watch the 55 go up and just get Elliott Sadler the 19. The 96 and the 16 are swept into it as Sadler comes across, and he will come up and get the front end there of last week's winner, Greg Biffle.
You see that happen too, because Michael had a great car. Been through a lot of bad luck this year. Really did deserve this one, but we heard the tire go down and then up in the wall.
Despite all that contact, Elliott Sadler able to climb out of his car okay.